or better yet, what's the next one? Framing questions about whether she misled David. I don't. There is no mis. In the song "Decide" by D4vd, he says, "Save your tears, 7 years." That song came out in 2022 when Celeste was years old. In 7 years, she would have been 18. We're seeing things correlate to that, where apparently when Celeste turned 18, they were getting married. Wifey's in the Discord. I'll explain the short story when I get in there. Nah, I don't think he was misled. I don't think he was misled. What's next? Or was a teenager? Who cares? Why are you associating with that teenager? And off basis, duh, obviously you would not want her to be a teen and all this different type of jazz, because obviously nasty, not good. But still to that, even if you are describing her with these labels, why would you associate with her? D4vd. David? It's like, what are we talking about? None of this is good plausible deniability. None of this is good. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, falling for that is crazy to me. Like, what? My. Well, you've seen title and thumbnail. You already know what time it is. More developments go on within the David incident, the David tragedy. But first, a little backstory. Of course, we were checking out hip-hop commentary legend GOAT, Trapler Ross, checking him out again today. Of course, you already know. He's sharing a good conjecture about this incident. Again, one of the best heads I've seen covering it on the tube. But sidebarring that, you know what I'm saying, within the video we were covering him by last time, you already know, we were seeing some footage of Celeste getting into an altercation with some of her neighbors, and apparently it was during the time that she was missing, because apparently the date that the footage came out on, like, you know what I'm saying, the Ring camera or whatever it may have been, was on September 8th, 2024. And one of the things I was trying to correlate back to, if you had seen in the Tesla video with the timeline, right, was that like around September 7th, like 2024, that's when David had got his tattoo. And we know that Celeste also had that tattoo, as well as a tattoo of David's name on her other finger, but that's conjecture, and that has been talked about, that will continue to be talked about, but we know that. But also from seeing from the video, we were kind of getting like a bit of like a personality gauge on what Celeste like may have been like, her gesture, mannerisms, the way she'd been acting, and a lot of people tried to turn that, you know, against her in a situation and use this as a positive for David. I'm gonna say again, you bulls are morons. I ain't gonna hold you, because at the end of the day, what's the one question that truly would ask David if I had the conjecture? Hey brother, why were you associating with this minor in any regard? So yeah, before we even get on the personality tip for Celeste, I'm at there with David. So that's a sidebar to that, but we had seen that whole footage, right? And yeah, lots of obviously conjecture within that. Obviously, it was posted on the Reddit because it was a, you know, clip that would just have been posted by TMZ. A lot of people were talking about it, obviously giving their opinions on that. So we went over that, and of course that'll be at the end if you want to check that out and you haven't seen it. Within this video here though, we're apparently seeing some you know what I'm saying, new information coming from an ex-boyfriend of Celeste and apparently his mother. Apparently TMZ got an interview with them, and he had gave some conjecture on, you know, any situations in regarding Celeste and anything around the time frame and that. So of course y'all know we have to check that out, so I won't be wasting any more time, baby. Trilly talks everything. Trilly does indeed yap everything every single time. Let's see the following conjecture within the David incident, with the interview with Celeste's supposed ex-boyfriend. Of course, like we said in the intro, shout out Shirt of Love with Trapler Ross. I know that goes, baby. We got D4vd, David. Celeste's ex-boyfriend speaks out. Of course, you guys would like to watch the OG video by Trapler Ross, hip-hop commentary, go baby. Down description, first link, Shirt of Love, of course, with TLR. And we have no time to waste, because like I've been saying in pretty much every video with the situation, not a second. We need this info, baby.
Okay, people, so we've got another David update once again, courtesy of TMZ, and this one is very, very interesting, okay? So TMZ are claiming that they have secured an interview with an ex-boyfriend of Celeste. Now, there was this previous video that we'd reacted to of a woman seemingly explaining that her son had dated Celeste.
That was the unverified video. Hold on, I'll show you that one in case you haven't seen it. Yeah, if you go on the page playlist, the David incident, I believe if we're going down this direction, that was yeah, this one right here. This one. You see. with the please no cameras. Yeah. So basis to that, yeah, the conjecture in that is unverified because obviously we don't know if that hun was actually like, her son was actually dating Celeste or not. But it seems from this, yeah, this is going more towards a verified tip.
And that she would come to the house with bruises on her arm. People were saying that was indicative of this turbulent home life that we've been hearing about. I don't know if this is the exact same person, but TMZ have now run a full-blown story with a 3-minute video interview. It says ex-boyfriend says she jokes about running away from troubled home. Okay. So this says a California teenager who once dated Celeste Rivas back in middle school is speaking out, saying that she indeed had a troubled home life before running away and her mother treated her badly. In an exclusive interview with TMZ, 15-year-old Damian Hernandez and his mother Jamie told us about his relationship with Celeste at Lake Elsinore Middle School, and Celeste was in the 7th grade and Damian was in the 8th grade. That's probably a bit more of an acceptable age gap, I think, folks. Damian says that he
Very, very much so.
met Celeste when she was looking for something serious, describing her as kind, and he said that her troubled home life made her unhappy, noting that her mother didn't treat her well. Damian said she talked about running away from her Lake Elsinore home and even joked about it around school, and then one day she was gone, and that's Damian there. It says, but what's more, Damian says he heard about Celeste's alleged relationship with singer David, but was surprised because he thought she was happy outside of her home life. Okay? It says, basically, as you know, Celeste was found in the trunk of David's Tesla once news broke. Damian recalled feeling shocked and saddened. He regretted never getting a chance to say goodbye to Celeste. And Damian sums it up this way, like, no one cared. I don't know. I should have done something. Okay, so let's take a look at the interview. We'll break this down.
Fuck, bro. That shit is fucking heart-wrenching, bro. It's like no one cared. And that's what I'm saying. Every single piece of info will be covered because this motherfucker David, somebody fucking knows some shit. Somebody knows some shit.
And get a deeper understanding of what this young man experienced dating Celeste.
How did you meet Celeste?
Through a friend.
Tell me how that whole relationship started.
I guess she liked me or she was looking for someone, and yeah, we started talking.
And what school was this in?
Lakeland Village.
Was she sweet? Was she kind? Was she bubbly? What do you remember about her?
She was really kind, and she said she wanted something serious.
And how old were you when you met her?
It's just like
13 or 14.
just going to the basis, wanting something serious. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Damn, I'm gonna break a lot of y'all jits hearts, bro. It's just what it is, bro. You gonna have to learn this shit. That high school sweetheart shit, bro, 99% of the time is dead. Is dead. Bro, y'all jits, bro. I'm gonna keep telling ads, bro. I swear, and that's no hate to jits. I say it all the time. You need, especially if you are a parent, to show your kids TLC, 10 or 11 care and all that type of beat. Their girl become upstanding people and all that. But in regards to like these jits and thinking that they're fucking adults and knowing how to navigate relationships and shit, you don't. You don't. Trust. Take it from Trilly, who was a fucking dumbass jit at one point. You feel me? At least not that much, because I still always be in the fucking crib. But still to that, you know how we get his jits. Especially, you already know. If any of the boss ladies or the pops watching, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure the boss will give her conjecture about being a jit. Ugh, yaps everything. We love the boss, by the way. But seriously, sidebarring back to this, like, yeah, nah. Like, again, there is no such thing, like, there is legitimately no factor in which I could be like, yeah, this is going to be a serious relationship and y'all are jits. Again, this is why looking at the David incident in this scenario and how we know, like, yo, David and Celeste are first associating at 11. When she was 11, I think he was like 16, 17 or some shit like that. It's like, yo, we're already off the basis. There ain't no fucking way shit like this should, one, be even going down, and two, that this could be in any regard serious. So it's like, they're like already giving credence, like, from him, like in regards to Celeste. Like, if she was thinking at one point that Joe was gonna be serious, it just gives even more credence to hey, yo, David, brother, grooming? You had this girly pop, this young minor girly pop, thinking that you were in some serious John, especially again coming off the basis she thought she was already about to be in a serious relationship with this jit. So imagine with David. Oh my god.
Now, I feel like it's interesting that he's saying that she said she wanted something serious.
That's, oh fuck, I didn't mean to click all the way off that, but that's literally what I was saying. I'm like, yo, I have to go into that conjecture of like him saying that she was already thinking that relationship, that these two jits, like him, obviously, like him and then Celeste, had was serious. Again, imagine what she was thinking with David, this famous singer-song fucking writer, this nigga that's sending her $9,000 on Apple Pay, all this different shit on Apple Cash. Like, yo, she gonna end up thinking that this nigga's, again, some fucking god. And then that brings me back to the conjecture of, the Discord message, hey, Celeste in here. Hi, David Park. Like, yo, the nigga had her side. Bro, oh my fucking God.
Relationship started?
She was, I guess, she liked me or she was looking for someone.
Hey, let's go.
Was she sweet? Was she kind? Was she bubbly? What do you
13 or 14.
Now, I feel like it's interesting that he's saying that she said she wanted something serious. I'm not trying to like disrespect her or anything like that, but I feel like when you're a kid, some people do.
No, it's not disrespectful. I will straight up tell you, as a fucking jit, especially below the age of 18, most of y'all fucking relationships are not gonna be shit. And it's not to be like, yo, fuck y'all love, fuck all that shit, bro. You're gonna realize, yo, I say this all the time. Change your pattern behavior, you grow up, you wisen up, I'm hoping. Prefrontal cortex fully develops at 25. Most of these niggas, that shit never develops, trust. But it's like, yo, your perspectives and shit gonna change. And usually as a jit, yeah, you're more erratic, you're more spontaneous. You're probably just gonna like, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna act, well, yeah, you're not gonna act perfectly in every single moment. But better yet to that, especially when you're in situations of duress and like frustration, especially within relationships and love, quote unquote, you're probably not gonna handle these situations the best and all that. Why? You're a fucking jit! You're a kid! Like, bro, oh my God, it's like the most obvious shit. That's not disrespectful to jits. I say it all the time. Jits are stupid as fuck, dumb as shit. Why? Not because they're dumb stupid. They can't do math, they can't do English, they don't know history, they don't know nothing. There's a lot of jits that are valedictorians and shit like that. They're smart. It's because they're gullible as fuck. They see some shit that, especially their favorite creator, singer, songwriter, they like all this different shit, and yo, they're psyop. They're psyop. Oh my God, my dreams are right in front of me. Bro, they kids, bro. This is the John I be saying all the time. That's not like, yo, again, hating on jits. It's legitimately the factor of like, yo, you're a kid. You gonna grow up and realize, yeah, you're probably gonna think differently about them experiences you had as a jit. You're gonna look in hindsight, oh shit, man, I was really acting dumb as fuck. Oh man, I probably could have handled that situation better. Trust. Again, Trilly says it all the time. You should go about your life trying to not have regrets. Duh, because obviously that's going to hold back on you, you know what I'm saying, give more anxiety to yourself, stress you out, all that. But unfortunately, yeah, we all still have some regrets. You know what I mean? I'm sure everyone can relate to that. We still got some regrets, but duh, even still to that, we're not going to go about trying to harp on them all the time. But yo, yeah. Especially as jits, like, yo, man, we could have handled things better as kids, obviously. But we didn't. Why? Because you're not fucking mature. You're a kid.
Getting serious relationships in high school and, you know, end up staying with that person for the rest of their life. That does happen, but...
Yeah, that's high school sweetheart. That's why I said. That is a 0.01, like, no, 0.01% chance of happening. That's not gonna happen frequently, especially not in this day and age. In this day and age, bro, with TikTok and bullshit, bro, come the fuck on, bro.
Say that, you know, kids, you know, 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds, it's like, what really is something serious to you guys at this stage?
Exactly. That's what I'm, oh my God. That's why I'm like, bro, again, I'm not trying to disregard no jits, bro. Like, y'all gonna be fine. That's why I tell y'all all the time, go out, make memories, do y'all fun shit, bro. Do all the dumb shit now while you don't have responsibilities and shit. That's why I'm like, bro, within these relationships I got to, you don't have no fucking responsibility shit like that. Like, yeah, you're gonna think you are. Oh, man, I'm really committed to this shit, bro. Had just still getting on the fucking bus. Had just still getting driven to school by their mom and shit like that. Just like, really was hopping on the fucking bus and all that shit. Like, bro, y'all John is not serious. What commitments are you gonna really have? Niggas is freshmen still taking algebra tests. Like, let's really tap in. What serious shit are y'all gonna have? Like, bro. Conjecture.
To show you if that's what she wanted and she wanted something serious, that's where, you know, a nefarious older boy can begin to offer something that they think looks more serious.
It's so fucking obvious, I feel like. It's so fucking...
And, you know, managed to convince somebody to kind of leave their childhood home, leave their childhood habits, and try and get into some adult stuff. You know, that's not me trying to justify it. I'm just trying to get into the mindset that would...
Yeah, exactly. Hell no, you wouldn't justify this, but we can start piecing shit together on motives, on why the fuck niggas would do this shit, and how, David, you're a creepy fuck. Like, bro, it's like, what are we talking about?
Trying to help me to understand why a child would run away from home and if they were looking for something serious in this adult, you know, from all of these songs that David released.
This is what I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna go through every fucking line, every shit, and start analyzing this bitch. Nah, I'm sorry. And don't say that, John, to that girly pops.
Girly pop.
Shout out to the Huns. But like, you know, we're gonna go through every fucking line, everything, every song lyric, all that shit. Like, nah, nigga, you tried to play that plausible deniability. Fuck out of here! Fuck out of here! that shit ain't going, nigga.
It
Try
sounded
that
like
shit.
he was in serious relationships. To all of this talk about heartbreak and jealousy, the way David talked about the relationships that he was in, it sounded like they were indeed serious.
So, at what point did you feel, or did you hear from Celeste that there were problems at home?
She said how her mom didn't treat her well or whatever, and she didn't like where she was at.
Did she talk at all about her relationship with her parents?
Kind of. She just said they were mean or whatever. She didn't like them.
And then you guys broke up, and the next thing you know, you find out that she's involved with this internet sensation, David.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna happen, like at all, because like, she was always like so happy and stuff.
What is your last memory that you have of Celeste?
I mean, just think how bizarre that would be, right? You're 13, 14, you're having your childhood relationships, and then you come to find out that the girl you were dating is now dating a famous singer who's way older. The relationship really is illegal. That's crazy. I mean, look, people. I'm not gonna lie.
100% illegal.
It's like I remember growing up, and the girls in my school dating older guys that could drive, guys that were of age. Like that was a thing. That was a thing that happened.
It's just like clout and niggas seeking attention has destroyed not only Jits, Gen Alpha, Gen Z, but fucking everyone. Fucking everyone. Everyone wants to seem cool as shit. Everyone wants to be with the niggas that got it, bro. They cool as hell, bro. They popped out, they got clout, bro. They got no money, all that shit. I don't give a fuck, bro. I will be king of the losers. I don't give a shit, dude. I will show niggas that shit don't mean shit. Everybody want to hang out with the motherfuckers that seem cool, all this different Johns. And oh my god, I can already see it now, bro. This nigga truly peaked in high school. Yeah, probably. Shit, I really feel like I was peaking on dying, bro, on the fucking field. I ain't gonna lie. Better yet on the track, nigga, after 800 repeats. Anyway, sidebar is super conjecture, but like, yeah, going on this, like, yo, I see what, like, obviously, like, Traveler Ross is talking about. Obviously, duh. It was in high school, all this different type of shit. Heads wanna date the bulls that are clouded, the older heads, because they got the car, bro. They got all the jobs, bro. Like, bro, let me truthfully express something to y'all. Like, and truthfully, and I mean, this is kind of mitigated because TikTok and shit exists now, so yeah, heads are trying to become TikTok famous at like legitimately 10 11, but still, this for the most part is disregard. Like, it will still heftily be said in. When you get handed your high school diploma, and you better get a fucking diploma, I swear to God, you're a nobody. You get out into the real world, you're a fucking nobody. All that high school cloud, that bullshittery you worried about, it means nothing now. Nothing. So all that shit where niggas was trying to fucking, I don't even know, like clout farm or some bullshittery in high school, all this dumb shit, yeah, go ahead and leave that shit to the side, bro, because you just wasted 4 years of your life. Because once you get out real world, nigga, whoo, like, bro, that's exactly how it is every time. And yo, just ask niggas as soon as they pop out to college as a freshman too. Oh, bro, you really gonna see how much of a nobody you are. That shit gonna hit niggas like a Mack truck. That shit is insane. Unless you like a nigga who got like what offers or some bullshittery like that. But like other than that, yeah, it's gonna hit you.
I've heard other people talking about that in the US as well, that being a common thing, like the underage girls dating these older guys who've got cars, and it's super impressive. They're super impressed by what's going on.
On the fucking money.
But just imagine how dark that would be. Your childhood crush, your schoolyard sweetheart. Suddenly you find out she's dating this weird like Hollywood singer. Like, that's gotta burn.
We were at PE, and she told me.
I'm like, fuck that burning. I'm sitting there like, yo, how the fuck did she end up in this scenario? She was just like legitimately talking to a nigga by the lockers the other day. How the fuck is she with David? We gotta start piecing shit together. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
My friend that she was running away, and she said it was because of her parents, and she was like joking about it, and she was like happy, like joking like she always was, and like it didn't seem real because like she was like playing around, joking about it, and the next day she wasn't at school, and like that's the last time I saw her.
So she really told her classmates, "I'm running away. That's the plan. I'm gonna get out here."
Funny enough, that correlates with what the teacher said, because the teacher said that like she ended up, running away the first time. The police had found her, brought her back. She had told a story for about a month or whatever. Then she had left again, and that's how it goes on there, and that's how the incident unfolded. So that does kind of correlate.
It's actually crazy to think about, really, that these type of conversations. I mean, there was times when I was a kid I wanted to run away, but that wasn't really a serious thing that ever happened. But
yeah, because like more or less in that scenario, bruh, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. more or less in a scenario like that, like Traplo Ross is explaining, bro, you just don't want to be told what the fuck to do by your parents, bro. Like, that's just really what it is, bro. I'm legitimately seeing this, and this is why I be feeling like real ungstatic and shit. I'm like, damn, I'm getting old, bro. Because I remember this same jump with the boss. Now me and the boss palling around. Yo, the boss my best friend, you already know. We love the boss to death. Now we just bumming around doing dumb shit, bro. Laughing at stupid shit. It's hilarious. But like, yo, of course it's legit. Nah, I don't want to do that job, bro. Your mom tell you can't do some shit, bro. Your pop tell you can't do some. What? Bro, let me do that. I hate y'all, bro. Like, bro, you a little ass kid. You just want to do whatever fucking dumb shit you want to do because you think you're cool as fuck. It's the same, bro. I'm trying to tell us they never.
Probably don't take these things seriously when you've got classmates in your school saying, yeah, I'm going to run away. It's finally that time. You know, you could see people just not taking that seriously and just saying, yeah, whatever. But then they disappear. And
well, yeah, and I could understand that notion too because, yeah, just like I mean, like, heads be saying all this shit, bro. You just don't want to be told what to do. You just want to go out and do your dumb shit. And then I ain't even gonna lie. This is the factor of like, yeah. This is why the phrase "you gotta learn things the hard way" exists. It's like, yo, sometimes you gotta let them go out and do dumb shit so you can so they themselves can realize, oh fuck, I don't think I'm ever gonna do that again. Oh fuck, my mom and dad was right. I shouldn't have been doing that dumbass shit. Like, bro, that's just how it is. Kids are hard-headed as fuck, bro. Like, trust, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro.
I never expect somebody to wind up, you know, resurfacing the way Celeste did. It's really sad.
Did it break your heart that you were not going to be with her, or did you feel upset about losing the relationship?
Not really. It was kind of clear that we're like better as friends, but it was kind of sad that I wasn't able to like say goodbye or like see how she was doing like when she ran away.
What was your reaction when you saw the breaking news that they had found your ex-girlfriend's body in the trunk of his car?
My heart dropped. I was like, I don't know. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I kind of had a feeling when I saw like the first thing. I was like, what if it is her? But I just like brushed it off. But when I saw it really was her, I was like, damn, I really knew.
So let me just make sure I'm understanding this correctly. You had seen the news out of Los Angeles that a body was found in his car.
Yeah.
And you immediately had a sinister thought about Celeste?
Yeah, because one of my friends told me.
Were you at home with your mom when they identified
Well, nah, you can't go off that base. Nah,
Celeste and you saw it all over the news? Can you remember that moment for us?
Yeah, I was on the way to school, and then like she just like showed me, and like I took a picture of it and I sent it to one of my friends, and he's like, yeah, I saw it too, it was crazy, and I just couldn't believe it.
So this has been the talk of the school?
Yeah.
Just the fact it was someone that my son was so close to at one time, and how everything happened, it's kind of scary. It's really close to home. And if it could happen to her, it could happen to anyone, and everyone just needs to be very careful on social media.
What about you? What do you think about at night when this kind of flashes through your mind?
I just think like if someone actually like did something, like when she said she was gonna run away, because I feel like no one cared.
That's really sad, man. He's saying he wishes he could have done something and it just felt like nobody cared about her. No one cared.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, that part truly is heart-wrenching, at least like hearing like this part of the John, besides like, you know, analyzing the other things, try to correlate it, like that is generally just terrifying, like terror-inducing. It's like, bruh. Like, imagine, bro. Let me get to say goodbye. Because I just imagine that scenario, like, or whatever, like, say if it was a boss or something like that, and I just never got to say goodbye or anything. Yeah, no, that shit would be ripping.
About what's going on with her, what happened to her. So the various subreddits have been posting this. They've been reacting to this update from TMZ in this interview. People are saying that's probably the TikTok mom from a few days ago. So it's nothing new in that sense. But what's interesting / strange to me is that they're saying that the body was dismembered even after being in contact with the LAPD. And was it not dismembered though? Well, people aren't sure.
Yeah, that's where the speculation is now, because some heads were saying that, like, some media sources were saying that the body was dismembered, while others were, like, you know, counter-opting that, like, saying that it was probably because of the decomposition process. So, and then obviously the police, as we've seen from the LAPD statement, they said that, like, yo, there was no cause of, like, murder, and obviously to that, they will not have, like, a person who would have done it, because they can't even find a cause of it, so...
I see exactly where this is going. Keep in mind that David's lawyer has strong personal connections with Harvey Levin, who's the founder of TMZ. I think that they're hoping that the death can't be pinned on David. You might be wondering, so why would they admit Celeste and David had a relationship? Well, it's not illegal to date a minor. Really? Is that true?
What
but
the
it is
fuck?
illegal to have...
Nah, bro. If this is true, bro, they gotta fix this shit up immediately. Fix this shit up immediately. Bro, what the fuck? Bro, nah.
S with a minor. They will play the narrative that he took the parent role in their relationship due to her.
Fuck up, yo, they better fucking not try to play this shit. I swear to fucking God, dude.
Not having good parents. This lawyer is good, real good. I feel like we're gonna have another.
Yo, there's no fuck fucking what, bro? Obviously, like, yo, this is just like somebody's writing a comment, but I'm thinking of this being a scenario. I'm just like, dude, there's no way in fucking hell this could be a scenario, dude.
The O.J. Simpson case. People saying, I'm noticing a trend of a big shift from David to everything related to Celeste, and not in a good way. Lots of comments online seem to be very negative, and there seems to be more victims.
Yo, these niggas crazy, bro.
Blaming than ever. Okay, I don't think so. Unlike OJ, he wasn't a PDF. David, on the other hand, it's like Epstein and Diddy combined.
Save your tears. 7 years? Bro, I hate that I even gotta like think about them shits again. If you have seen the DMs of Celeste with her friend that have the pink background, this nigga David is a fucking EDP. Stamped in. No questioning it. No denying it. Yo, did I fucking break the bottle? I done gripped this joint so hard, bro. But like, yeah, bro, that's undeniable, bro. Not even a question. Like, fuck? Never.
Even if David gets out of his career, it won't be the same. Or I think that means gets out with his career. The main public opinion is still going to dislike him for messing a minor, and his friends like Jason and Cat's Eye will abandon him as well.
Exactly.
They've got to prove their relationship was S-related, though. The only way they can really prove that is if they found digital evidence like sexting, which, if he was smart about it, he could have easily avoided.
Again, the DMs I just mentioned. I mean, she fully admits it, but then that's the factor of like, all right, are they gonna take those serious? Are they gonna play like as David's defense, his legal team? Like, are they gonna play plausible deniability on that? Well, this is not confirmed. She could have just been lying, or like, yeah, no, they would absolutely do that shit.
The worst thing about this is that men in this position do often feign like they care about us like a parent would, while they take whatever S benefits they can exploit from us. My best friend was 15 when involved with so many older men, the oldest being 35 at the time. In hindsight, I can totally see how that man especially played this role. He was taking care of her because her mum was a dirtbag, but really it was all about the S that he was getting.
Oh God, what the fuck? God damn it! Like,
from her. He was saying, I could see them saying he took on a caregiver role and they were friends, which is true to an extent, except it's clear that they were romantically involved, perhaps not physically, who knows?
again, fuck. I want better yet, I want the fucking detective in the interrogation room to show him the DMs that Celeste sent to her friend and tell that nigga to explain them. Tell him, nah, fuck his legal team. You explain these shits. You go ahead and explain these shits. But this is what I couldn't think of in the other video. It's called due process, where, yeah, everyone is, like, obviously due to have their right to a fair trial and stuff like that. So, yeah, can't do that, boy. But that's why, again, Trilly is the fucking layman. Because I'm like, yeah, man, dog, she's... it's fucking disgusting, abhorrent, and terrible. She's saying, with you. So go ahead and explain how it wasn't you. I would love to hear the plausible deniability for this.
And she believed that he would marry her. Still, if he's her caregiver or whatever, he's responsible for her safety, and under his control, she not only died, but her remains were thrown in a garbage bag and stuffed in a car trunk.
Exactly.
This person says, this is sad, I can relate. I was abused mentally by both parents. My mum always made me feel like a stranger. When you're young, it's the biggest heartbreak of life to not feel loved by your parents. It breaks my heart to hear that she was looking for something serious. That poor baby was chasing love in the wrong place, looking for someone to care.
That's why I'm like, yo, that's why I really had to pay attention to him saying, like, yo, that she was, like, taking the relationship that, like, you know what I'm saying, the Daniel kid that we just seen and Celeste, their relationship serious. I'm like, bro, if she's taking that shit serious, bro, especially on the factor, again, we know she has a turbulent home life. She's not getting, supposedly, like, allegedly from what we're seeing, she's not getting that love from at home. Okay, she's seeking it through these relationships. Then, from there on, obviously, they stopped dating this Daniel kid and Celeste. Now you're going to David, someone who has materialistic shit that he genuinely can provide. We've seen it again, the $9,000, Apple Cash, all that shit. Bruh, she's gonna think that this nigga is dead-ass Romeo. Like, this nigga's out of Shakespeare. Like, she's about to start feeling like Juliet. Bro, I'm trying to... Bro, this shit is so frustrating.
Shake my head. This person says, not surprised to read that the mother treated her badly. I went on the mother's Facebook and she only posted one time of Celeste being missing. The rest of her posts were shit posts. Says it's still relevant that TMZ brings this up because they have to be somewhat accountable for what they publish. On TikTok, anyone can say anything. We could not be sure the video was the truth. Now at least we have some fact check.
Ooh, and AI shit these days getting bad. Have y'all seen that like Sora 2 shit? Yeah, it's fucking over, bro. It's fucking over, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like, you gotta really start looking at everything for real now.
It says, when they say that he said that he's heard about her alleged relationship with David, does that mean he's only heard because of the case? Or does it mean he heard about it before the case? I wish.
If y'all saw my eyes when, you know what I'm saying, the Daniel kid was talking, that's all I was like, I wanted to ask that same question because I'm like, wait a minute. Who told you about this? Because he said his friend. But I'm like, okay, how did they find out about this? Like,
They've made it more obvious
like,
what he was talking about. People saying, I wish he was clear about that as well, but it sounded like it was an open secret.
yeah, I'm like, when exactly did you know some junk was going on? Because if we're presuming that you knew that this was going on when she was alive, well, we know that she had like that her family at the very least had the missing posters and John out, all this different type of beat. And then obviously to now he's giving the interview. It's been way after it's October 2nd going off that. It happened this like unfolded on the 10th, I believe. It was the 10th, yeah, the 10th, I believe. So it's like, yo, it's been many a time after. Like, when did you exactly hear about this? But I'm presuming that he means like, but obviously, but way before she passed and all that. So I'm like, yo, man.
He mentioned that he and his friends assumed the body discovered on the 8th of September was Celeste, and we would find out later on
The 8th. God damn, I keep fucking up the 8th and the 10th.
17th that it was her. This person says, yeah, I watched it and noticed.
Because I keep swearing, like, I always want to say, just like, funny enough, with the footage video, that it's the day, it was the day after her birthday, but a legitimate, oh yeah, I'm actually dumb as shit. Because that was another thing. Everyone's saying, obviously, like, you know what I'm saying, Celeste was 15, but before this, like, obviously, this whole incident was uncovered the day after her birthday. So before her birthday, which would have been the 7th, like, she was 14 before this. So I'm like, fuck, it's even fucking worse. Anyway, sidebar right now, but yeah, this was uncovered on the 8th. So I'm presuming that, like, yeah, they knew about this way before. Like, they would have to.
It's that, and that question seemed really weirdly answered. He said that he had a feeling, but then deflected it to be because his friend had texted him saying it.
Yo, that's why I made that face, bruh. I made that face. I'm like, well, how does he know about it? Like, see, that's why I'm like, yo, hold on. Somebody knows something.
It most likely, he was probably just nervous as hell doing an interview like
That's fair. I mean, again, he still is legit, so.
like this. That's how it seems throughout the interview. I wish they could have let him answer better by putting him in a better environment, maybe just a speaking, no face-to-face interview to make him more comfortable. But yes,
Honestly, I like that recommendation too, because this is what I talk about all the time, especially when you're trying to get info across, and like in debates, arguments, just normal conjecture, you know, just talking, whatever. Obviously, when you're talking to a person, you want to be able to convey and like get across what you're saying in the best manner. So obviously, within him, if he was nervous, especially being on cam, you know, looking around, you see him like doing all that shit. If it would have been better for him to like just do like a voice call or some John, then I would have still preferred that, because then we could have got more information conveyed. He would have been chilling. So yeah, no, I do honestly agree with that.
it does seem to be all coming together a bit more now, like people didn't know about it, but that just makes it even worse because people knew about it and let it happen. Even if they were also 14, 15, they should know better. When I was 14, 15, I heard of someone in their 20s trying to date one of my friends, and the rest of my friends would go F them up, not say, I'll be quiet if you give me money. People are saying, okay, so everyone at her school knew. There's a video of her teacher talking about her. They
Bingo, talked about that.
all knew she was with David. Yeah, I've seen that video, and now it's got me wondering, why did he not report the fact that one of his students was dating an adult to the police? This is after recruiting a child to date on the internet, he groomed an entire community to just accept it as normal. A grown man was dating a middle schooler because he had status and money that could.
I look at it. Literally just change status for clout. It's fucking evil. And don't get it twisted. Trilly needs $1 to put the boss in a 5-bed, 5-bath. A McMansion. Yeah, that shit not McFree. It's not at all. So we need $1, but we need our dollars to be what? As we say all the time, moral and ethical, and ain't nothing moral and ethical about this fuck David. So that could be just sidebarred, fucking shelved straight out of the way, because ain't nothing more about this fuck. Yo, the clout and money is fucking evil. I'm trying to tell you, it is rotted niggas' brains. It's got them doing crazy ass shit because they get on these fucking power trips. Well, bro, everybody glazing me the fuck up. Bro, we got unlimited money, bro. We got bags, endless bags, bro. Like, yo, domain expansion, infinite fucking cheese. Like, nah, bro. Like, nah, bro. Where the fuck is niggas' grassroots at, bro? Where the fuck is niggas, like, fucking humbleness? Like, fucking, like, homeliness? What? Where is niggas' humility, bro? The fucking humility. It's gone. Yep, cloud money has absolutely destroyed people. God damn it.
save her from her home life. This is disturbingly dystopian modern parable. I bet this happens a lot more often than we realize. It just doesn't make the news, and people are saying it happens every day, unfortunately. People saying, I wish the cops would say something more. At this point, the public is going to have enough reasonable doubt to say it wasn't David, it was her mum, the neighbors, or someone random. People saying, how?
Nah, fuck that.
No doubt family life pushed her
A reasonable public can say that. I'm not saying that.
away, but I wonder, did they abuse her or something else? Someone says, I have a theory on this based on a comment I read a while back. I personally think Celeste was neglected, definitely emotionally. Not sure about physically, though. I do feel that David saw this and groomed her. David was filling that emotional void that she never got from her family.
Another motive. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. I'm tapped in. I'm tapped in. I'm listening. I'm listening.
There was also a screenshot that leaked of Celeste talking to her friends about 2 guys that she hooked up with, including David.
Bro, my ear is wide as fuck. My ear is wide. I'm listening, because we were talking about that. I'm absolutely listening.
Some digging through all the screenshots, deep dives, and threads, I realized that there were signs that she was abused from a young age. I don't know if this was done by someone.
And then, yeah, like, especially, again, like, not even David, the other fucking guy. What was the nigga's name they were talking about? The guy who was apparently, like, fucking deceased or dead. The Gus guy. Like, what the fuck? Like, yo, there's so much shit. That's why I'm like, bro, I don't think, like, some of these heads are really seeing, like, some of this, like, all of this shit. Like,
one in or close to the family or a stranger, but it makes me wonder if she told her mother about the abuse and the mother just brushed her off. Okay. So there's been more analysis of this. There's been other Reddit posts about this, and people have reposted the whole interview. We've already checked that out, but let's see what else people are saying. People are just saying every time we hear more news, it gets sadder and sadder about the whole thing. They asked zero good.
Not only that, it just gets me more frustrated. I'm like, more and more shit is coming out. I'm like, bro, like, again, I'm never gonna be a nigga. Don't trust the police. None of that shit. Like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Fuck, I look like Hassan, nigga.
Fuck it, I'm saying it.
Hell nah. But like, bro, like, they don't got no cause or nothing. What? Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, Jabber Ross said it best. Yeah, as we're gonna find that LAPD statement disappointing, and I sure did.
Questions. People saying they did appreciate the insights on her personality. I wish they would interview people close to her more about who she really.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate the insight on her personality too, because again, it just gives more credence to how she was acting and like her, just to her mind state and things and such like that, which I'm gonna look at David. If you see this jit, he's not using a plausible deniability of not knowing her age. He's a fucking liar. He definitely knew how old she was, right? If you're seeing the mental state of this jit, and you're especially seeing there and knowing that she has a trouble home life, all this different beat, bruh, you should most definitely, especially as a famous singer-songwriter, someone who wants to have a platform, especially collaborating with major brand like Crocs and Hollister, should not be associating with her in any regard imaginable in this reality. But you know what he did do? Not that. So, yep. This is exactly why we're getting every piece of info.
He was her hobbies, interests, etc. I guess she was so young, she was probably still figuring herself out. People are saying this interview is weird as hell, and that they're milking it. Okay, but at the end of the day, this is just new information, new insights. Everybody's trying to get to the bottom of this thing, and since the police haven't got any big updates, this is all we got right now, okay?
TLR said it best. Like, again, I'm not about to play like, yo, like, again, we are technically playing Reddit Detective, but am I about to physically go out and try to solve it myself? No. Again, this is what the police are for, the forensics units and all that type of shit, bro. But within the info that we can find online, absolutely I'm gonna look through that shit. Absolutely I'm gonna look through that shit. Especially if we don't even know if the police are looking through shit like this. Who even fucking knows? They raided his house and all that shit. I'm imagining her going through devices. But shit, while this info, especially more and more info that comes out is coming out, we gotta cover it. Heads are building timelines again, going back to the Tesla video, because this, and pretty much saying in every vid now, heads will be like, oh, heads are milking it, and all this different junk. Like, heads don't even really give a fuck. Like, I'm legitimately just looking at you like that at this point, bro. Like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Like, again. But this is what happens. You're a slop tuber, right-wing mega grifter, slop tuber, at least as the song says. So yeah, they're always gonna think you're a grifter. But anyway, sidebarring that, while we still have the timelines are there, when more information comes out, we more or less, not more or less, it's just straight up can start piecing things together to be like, okay, when these certain scenarios happen, when is this? Were there other things happening around it? And even better to that, I was making this point in one of my other vids. There is so many different motives that David could have in resulting in this incident and tragedy. And the more info that comes out, it gives more credence and credibility to each one of those motives, which then obviously going down, especially when the police release their full investigation, and the conclusion of that gives like the main overall credence, especially if this goes to trial or some shit like that. oh yeah, nah, this was his reason of doing this. Like, this is why this whole like incident and tragedy played out. But anyway, Philly apps everything. Back into it.
Didn't ask him when they broke up, when they were together. Did she mention David at all? This was a useless interview. TMZ has definitely been bought by David's PR. I don't know what this has to do with figuring out what happened to her. So people think this interview is kind of cleaning him up a little bit. I don't know.
Nah.
Further pointing to a broken home, which is sad. I wish he had someone to talk to before leaving home.
Again, like, I don't like, I'm not trying to claim to be like, oh my god, Trilly on ego shit, bro. Oh my god, he knows exactly what he's talking about. Lelouch v Britannia on him.
Lelouch v Britannia commands you. Obey me, subjects!
Obey me, world! Head still here thinking he's like fucking Ayana Koji, bro. Fucking Light Yagami or some shit. Like, I can see through all the lines and all that. But I'm like, again, just off base interpretation. If we know Celeste has a troubled home life, we're seeing this. This jit that supposedly dated her or whatever is saying that their relationship, she was viewing it as serious. Okay, they get out of that. We know, again, still troubled home life with Celeste. She's missing. She's like running away, all this different John. We know she's taking relationships serious as a confirmed jit, right? David, someone with, a massive platform, all these different Johns, bro, has this, knows that, oh, she's a fan of him, seen the Discord message, all this John. Again, if she was taking this jit serious, imagine how serious she was taking David. It's like, dude.
Also, I feel like he should have reported what she said to a teacher. Okay, people saying caution, unverified. Well, if this is the same boyfriend whose mother gave an interview a few days ago, it sounds like Celeste had bruises on her arms that she attributed to her own mother. According to that interview, the bruises reported to the school by multiple people, and Celeste's family was investigated and cleared of any wrongdoing. I don't know if that's the same mother-boyfriend pair or if they're just saying it's true. It's all unverified. I'm just adding that for context. All right, I don't agree with this comment, but I'm going to read it because this is a whole different perspective. All right, this says, get this random ass loser off of here. This clown is looking for attention because he had one class with her years ago. Y'all are dumb as hell to think this is evidence. He literally says she talked about how she wasn't treated well by her parents. Then he gets asked, did she say how she was treated? And he said, no, not really. Then he said, no, not really. When he was asked, was he heartbroken that he couldn't be with her? Then he said that his friend told him about it. He wasn't even close enough.
I'm assuming when he says that, like, she like when he says that, like, he means for her, she didn't go like super in depth. Like, she said a couple things about it, but like, yeah, she didn't start giving him like a fucking, like, you know what I'm saying, again, like a Shakespeare goddamn like essay. Boy, he didn't write fucking, you know what I'm saying, what the hell, who the fuck is the nigga that wrote Iliad? Yeah, Homer, bro. He didn't give her, she wasn't giving him Homer's Iliad, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck.
To her to find out first. By the way, his mother, shut up. Nobody asked you to speak for him either. So some people ain't feeling that. Okay, but essentially, okay, this is, this is an update. This is all we've got. This is all we're working with right now. Okay, I think we already saw this one, but some people are hating on TMZ. A lot of people are hating on TMZ. They're saying, is it a bad source? Can it be trusted? This says, is TMZ a bad source regarding the Celeste and David case? I've seen a lot more posts and comments shining a negative light on TMZ following the most recent video of Celeste. I've seen where they're supposedly untrustworthy due to their ties with Blair Burke. Do you feel this is a legitimate reason for concern? Do you really believe they would help direct favor in David's direction? In my mind, I would hope this isn't really the case. Even if Harvey and Blair have some kind of friendship outside of this, that there would still be a level of professionalism between the two beings. Harvey himself used to be a lawyer, and I guess considering it's involving a child.
If we're assuming corpo collusion, you always assume the worst, bro. Corpo niggas don't give a fuck about, bro, what? Bro, come on. I'm sorry, like, bro, this is not even like no fearmonger bad works. If you're assuming, like, again, top corpo shit, you have to immediately, at least I'm going to, in my opinion, immediately assuming the worst. My best example of this is the Iron Mouse shit with V Shoujo, bro. Just straight snaky corpo shit. Like, yeah, bro, they only give a fuck about money and pushing certain narratives that fit whatever fucking, ideologies and or whatever fucking best interest they have, right? So, like, yeah, you'd immediately assume the worst. But again, we have, like, no, I guess, like, substantiation that there's colluding and shit like that. Like, there's really none. It's just a factor of, like, yeah, some heads feel as though, like, yeah, TMZ is just not really that good of a source.
That personal relationship wouldn't get in the way of righteousness for Celeste. But sadly, I'm also becoming more and more aware of how dirty this kind of stuff can be. So basically,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yo, corpo, like, I'm telling you, top brass corpo shit, nah, those niggas are not even actual humans. Those are like fucking entities. Those are backrooms creatures. Like, they do not give a fuck about anyone on this planet. The only shit they give a fuck about is how many fucking coins can fill their fucking pockets, and boy, is their shit's feeling endless, let me tell you. So it's like,
I really am genuinely curious how you all feel about it, because I want to be as enlightened as possible given the seriousness of it all. And this person says, they're the only one giving new info out, so everyone's following it. However, they have a connection to David's lawyer, so it's very skewed towards character assassination towards Celeste. Edit, take a look at TMZ's Instagram right now.
I just don't like, but see, that's why I say this immediately, like, this for me is like, you hit this with me and a force field just doing bounces off. Like, this doesn't hit me at all, because I'm like, okay, you're gonna character assassinate Celeste, a fucking minor? And David was not a minor? Why was he associating with this minor even if her behavior and all that shit is erratic? Maybe you should not have ever associated with her? Like, I don't even know how that's a direction heads could go down, because I'm immediately still going to ask you why you were associating with this minor. And then he has to try to go into plausible deniability, because that's another thing we're seeing, where she was getting fake IDs, all this different shit. Okay, well, she's at max of this was 14. So how the fuck is she gonna know where to get fake IDs and all that shit? And you know how much that shit costs to get fake IDs and all that? Who the fuck has money for that? I don't know, probably the same guy sending her $9,000 on Apple Cash. Like, dude, what? Like, yo, come on.
Things about how she was loose because she had more than one boyfriend, how she was a bad kid and deserved to be deported. That's crazy. FTMZ. Because when they said that David might have been framed, I lost it. Other people saying it is a reliable source, but Blair will use her connections to provide information that benefits her client. Think about it. For the past few days, the only information that TMZ has independently sourced is trying to make Celeste and her family seem like bad people. TMZ is not allowed legally to spread misinformation, but they are allowed to choose what to report in order to sway the public's opinion. This person saying, no,
well, of course,
information
that's every mainstream news media source like that. Like, it's always just going to be based off of what way they want to take the narrative.
Is irrelevant and will have no bearing on the actual facts and evidence of this case, which is all that matters. The evidence will speak for itself, and no smear campaign can change that. Somebody said I got downvoted for saying this earlier, but that interview with her ex-boyfriend they posted is very interesting. Yeah, the interview is interesting, and it rubs me the wrong way. It just continues to fuel the idea Celeste didn't really have anyone in her corner. It says, yeah, I don't know if they're trying to manipulate the public and make it seem like Celeste's family is bad, so that means Celeste ran away of her own free will. But all that is saying to me is a vulnerable child was convinced by an adult to run away to them because...
Thank you. That's that's what I'm saying. This child that was going through, again, what we're assuming was a troubled home life and all these different types of things. Bruh, he had seen, again, how vulnerable she was. It was like, haha. And he's seen song Celeste. Yeah, I think he might have got onto that. And yeah, this is how the situation ended up happening, bruh. It's like... Oh my god, I still don't understand how I could see this the other way.
They knew they could prey on a vulnerable child. I've always thought that he's been guilty since things started to get uncovered, but I've also been saying that we can't just assume that he is without proper information from the proper authorities. But that interview is making me think I don't even need the authorities to tell me anymore, despite the kid thinks he's going to be in trouble for knowing they were in a relationship, so he doesn't want to say too much. People saying, I agree, she was just a kid, maybe she did some dumb things, but so did I when I was young, so did...
Literally what I was saying, directly what I was saying earlier. Oh.
Most people, everyone around failed her, either by circumstance or malice. This person says, well, my main point about TMZ was that they posted a photo of Celeste and David together during the week. The photo in question was a fabricated photo made using AI. I just think that they're going to use a photo like that, which everyone figured out was AI before they used it, makes them a source seen unreliable to me. And since I've been... Bro, we need some punctuation. And since that, I've been focusing on waiting for police statements. People say they don't have the photo. I don't know if that's true. Someone in another thread made the wise comments, it's not so much that TMZ publishes stuff that's untrue, it's that they publish some stuff that's unethical, either their means of obtaining it or because the damage it can cause. Being a former lawyer himself and probably employing some top-notch libel attorneys, Harvey knows exactly where the line is in regards to legality. Ethics, not so much.
Honestly, I could see that sway, because like, again, this is the same thing with like all the sources you see like from like MSMs, like mainstream medias, like bro, Fox, CNN, all the shit. Like all these heads are again gonna run narratives in whatever John like fits their narratives the best, you know what I'm saying, in their best interests and all that type of beat. And obviously within that you would hope they don't spread misinformation, but boy, some of these fucking news or what? Or the past like month, oh boy, it's been bad as fuck. I be wondering how some of them niggas be getting their positions. They could just give fucking anybody a news job, bro, news anchor job, because they just be straight capping sometimes. That shit is crazy. I'm like,
footage and how David's lawyer could be feeding into this spun narrative. If she was older, I could understand how the TMZ footage might be used to manipulate public opinion and tarnish her. But at the end of the day, she was a child of 13. One of the important things that matters from this is the date, how it helps clean up part of the timeline leading to her death. What it also highlights is the role of the adults in her life and the extent of their contribution or lack thereof to the tragic turn of events. None of this makes David look innocent, nor does it suggest that Celeste was such a problem he somehow warranted being killed. What it does show is that there was some form of cover-up by David and the adults in her life. That cover-up by her family may not be malicious, but rather a response born out of necessity and their circumstances. He was saying apparently they pay good money to get the information that they do, but David's new lawyer is using TMZ for PR now. The information they release is true, but it's only being used to damage the image of Celeste in their attempt to repair David's image.
You can't repair why the fuck would they even try that? Like, I don't even understand. What can you repair of this nigga's image? He is confirmed in Edie fucking P. And again, Celeste, her body was found and an impounded Tesla registered to David Anthony Burke. Who the fuck is that? D4vd, the singer-songwriter, David. There is no fixing this nigga's PR and optics. They're in the shitter. They're in fucking hell. Is there anything below hell? The Minecraft void. They're in that bitch. Cause like, I don't know. Yo, they're, oh my God, that's what I'm saying. I don't even understand how it could be a concept of damaging Celeste's image and repairing David's. This should not even be a concept. How is this even a concept? The factor that he's associating with her alone is already the death of his career. That's it. That's it. And now we're talking off the incident, off the tragedy that this girly pop's life is gone? Repair his image? He's done! It's over! Like, what? Bro, that John is absolutely cooked. Like, this some shit, boy. Some shit. Like, what are we talking about?
I would take everything with a grain of salt. That whatever they release probably has the undertones of doing damage control for David or just floating around what we already knew to keep up engagement. Okay, so yeah, there's been one more post focusing on the lawyer. People are really not feeling this lawyer. Okay, this is what you should know about David's crisis lawyer, Blair Burke. As reported,
David, give me the tea on this for sure. Let me hear about the legal process of the layman.
Attorney Blair Burke to represent him. Burke is a prominent Hollywood defense attorney known for taking on high-profile clients in the midst of a crisis, especially men accused of misconduct, ranging from sexual assault to domestic violence. Burke's list of clients has included Harvey Weinstein, Ed Westwick, Johnny Depp, Marilyn Manson, Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson, and Armie Hammer. Burke's reputation as a high-profile attorney is part of her role as a Hollywood fixer, a lawyer sought out during moments of intense public scrutiny or prior to, in order to coordinate both the legal strategy and the accompanying public relations response. Burke is linked to TMZ. She's been described as Harvey Levin's good friend and vacation buddy, and Levin is the founder of TMZ. This connection is noteworthy because TMZ's recent coverage of the case, particularly stories that highlighted Celeste's alleged uses of fake IDs, and framing questions about whether she misled David or was a promiscuous teenager.
Again, this is why I'm I want to go back to this, the alleged IDs, because we just talked about that. Celeste is using fake IDs. It is not free, neither cheap, to get fake IDs. Who the fuck can just willy-nilly buy these shits? Again, I think I know. The guy who has a fuckload of money because he's a famous singer-songwriter who also is allegedly paying off fucking kids in her neighborhood. That's very interesting. Anyway, moving on to this.
Just today, TMZ published a video.
Or better yet, what was the next one? Framing questions about whether she misled David. I don't... There is no fucking In the song Decide by D4vd, he says, save your tears 7 years. That song came out in 2022 when Celeste was 11 years old. In 7 years, she would have been 18. We're seeing things correlate to that, where apparently when Celeste turned 18, they were getting married. Wifey's in the Discord. I'll explain the short story when I get in there. Nah, I don't think he was misled. What's next? Or was a promiscuous teenager? Who cares? Why are you associating with that, a promiscuous teenager? And off basis, duh, obviously you would not want her to be a promiscuous teen and all this different type of jazz, because obviously, nasty, not good. But still to that, even if you are describing her with these labels, why would you associate with her? D4vd. David. It's like, what are we talking about? None of this is good plausible deniability. None of this is good. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, falling for that is crazy to me. Like, what?
Video posting showing Celeste arguing with her neighbors. When celebrities face serious allegations, the response is often not just a legal defense, but also a coordinated media strategy to discredit the victims or accusers, reframe the narrative, and preserve the accused's public image. We've seen this repeatedly with clients that Burke has represented. Beyond media outreach, coordinated social media smear campaigns also have become a new tool in these cases. These campaigns often rely on bot networks or anonymous burner accounts to flood platforms like Twitter, Insta, and TikTok with posts that discredit the victims or accusers. The reason I bring this up because it's crucial to understand how these type of dynamics operate. When celebrities face serious allegations, their goal goes beyond avoiding legal consequences, but they also work to protect their public image, knowing that their careers depend on it. This makes media literacy essential.
And his career is fucking over. So I'm like, there's no point in his fucking lawyer again. You know what I'm saying? His lawyer doing this shit, because his career is done. Is over. Like, there is no fixing his fucking PR, bro. Like, what? There are gonna be heads talking about this shit and the correlation to this shit. There is no fixing this shit.
People should be aware that the news coverage and online discourse may be shaped by strategic PR methods. People are saying, Mods, can we pin this? It's important that people know about what could be happening behind the scenes when sharing content. This person says, thank you for bringing such important information to everyone's attention. We can't take TMZ or any news outlet as gold and believe everything they say all the time. Yeah, this is saying, how can they frame questions about whether she misled David or was a promiscuous teenager? The damn girl was a teen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, the fuck? If you fall for this shit, framing questions about whether she misled David or was a promiscuous teenager, you're a fucking moron. Let me tell you how fucking stupid you are. Like, you're generally a fucking idiot. Because, bro, one, we have correlation to, yeah, I'm pretty guaranteed he knew her age. And two to that, bro, again, promiscuous teenager, brother, then you shouldn't fuck with that promiscuous teenager. Like, the fuck? Like, dude, that's not... I can't even believe that.
2 years barely died.
Like, what?
So, 13 years, she only lived for 2, 13 and 14 of those years. The rest of her life, she was a legit child or kid with a broken home that David exploited and took advantage of, probably, and got her under his control. He was saying good points, and people underestimate how much Reddit is used by celebrities in their PR. The cleanup crew is definitely around these subs.
Oh, yeah, because, bro, it was obvious at least like a week or two ago that, like, yo, David been lurking, bro. Like, he, again, locked down the subreddit, the Discord. You couldn't post in there no more. You had to, like, request an appeal or some shit to post or whatever. Like, bro, he definitely trying to go up on the cover up, on the cleanup. And that's why I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Nah, we covering every piece of information.
Especially those commenters and posters that pretend to be in good faith, just curious, or ask people to sound.
I'm like, yo, better yet to that, this is exactly why the DVD, I keep seeing DVD with all this shit. D4vd, the David 2 Reddit exists, the David Unfiltered Reddit exists. That's why, again, this one right here, the Celeste Rivas Hernandez Reddit exists. Like, nah, you not playing cleanup crew on this shit, bro. You tried.
Exactly why Celeste and the PDF had a relationship, other points like that. Man. So this person says, thank you. This is what I've been trying to say since the conspiracy theory started around her family. It's effing clear as day that David's team is working overtime to protect his public image and continue profiting off him regardless of the results of the investigation. But also, importantly, while the investigation is still ongoing, this time period between now and the end of any trial that comes is crucial for them.
They're probably trying to collect the last checks they can because they know it's done for that nigga.
Saying, I wonder how lawyers like her sleep at night knowing the whole life is dedicated to helping men like that. People are saying she is not a girl's girl, right? It's unfortunately part of her job. People say, yeah, basically. This is very concerning, especially since TMZ seemed to play a role early on in the story where they said in an article that they received a tip about who could be in the front and called her family members, and then the family members contacted law enforcement, not TMZ who got the tip. That's how I read it. Sorry, I don't have the link at the moment. Oh, wow. Since all the...
Yeah, I would definitely be interested to know who gave that tip.
Because men were guilty of being dirtbags, I'm sure this one will be no different. People are saying, I would also add that, in my opinion, it's pretty telling that she hadn't released a statement. Her client is hemorrhaging brand deals, sponsorships, and goodwill, and her specialty is high-profile cases that require PR. I would anticipate that if she felt like she could defend David on the merits, she would have released a statement, reminding the public that her client has not even been charged with a crime, let alone convicted. I would imagine that behind the scenes, she's threatening lawsuits for breach of contract with David's distributors, brand deals, etc. But
hell nah, if I'm Hollister and Crocs, nigga, and it comes out that a 15-year-old girl was found in your fucking, like, front of your Tesla, nigga, nah, you're dropped. I don't give a fuck. Bro, this car's registered to you, nigga. Fuck a contract, nigga. Your shit's dead that day, nigga. We'll eat them taxes. Fuck it, we'll eat them taxes, but we will not be repping you, nigga. The fuck? Yo, I don't give a shit. I would be laughing at her fucking lawyer, bro, at his lawyer, bro. I'd be like, yo, bro, whatever, fine. Just tell them niggas to send it to my email. Cause you, bro, that nigga's not getting repped by us. Are you crazy? Like, bro, like that shit's hilarious.
Silent. I think it's because she, Burke, expects an arrest to come soon and doesn't want to build an argument of innocence based on the lack of arrest. I suspect that she's currently trying to capitalize on the time it's taking the DA to file charges by using bots to plant seeds of doubt. We've all seen them, a noticeable uptick in what if he is innocent posts and overdose theories.
What if he's innocent? What if he's not? Let's talk about that. Fuck out of here. Like, these niggas.
Guys, don't fall for it. Investigations take a long time, and the LAPD has no reason to rush this. David is being monitored. He will not leave the country or hurt anyone else without being arrested immediately. He is a suspect, and that's why they searched his home. They are not sharing more information than is absolutely necessary because they do not want to tip off David or his team as to where they are in their investigation.
This is like, I'm more or less going on these lines. Like, this makes way more sense to me. Like, where if they're going, even though again the LAPD statement pretty disappointing on that factor, but if they're trying to do this like on some fucking 2 steps ahead, bro, fucking 3,000 IQ plays, and it's like, yeah, bro, they're doing this so they can hide what process and what step they're at in investigation, and I'm like, oh yeah, nah. Then they got over on me with the last statement. They gonna come out with a bomb or some shit, or not like that. Gosh, crazy shit going on where you gotta say shit. But like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna come out with a banger, like, oh shit, nah, this nigga David really was cooked. Yeah, that'd be looking pretty good.
David may not be the only person in hot water. If I had to guess, I'd say that they're probably building cases against other people and trying to convert them to witnesses who would testify against David. The fact they are so silent and that they've not come out to the public for help is a good sign that they know exactly who's responsible for Celeste's death. Don't let Burke's bots and other BS sway you. I've been following active investigations for over a decade now, and they never tell you anything unless they need the public's help. He probably won't ever even be officially named as a suspect, just arrested one day. Trust the process. I don't...
Oh, yo, this would do me so much fucking good. Because I've been saying, one thing I've said the whole time is I found it fucking baffling and just trifling that David was not even a person of interest or a suspect. But if they do this, bro, where they just sweep the nigga, bro, one day he just swooped. Oh, brother. I'd be like, oh yeah. It's getting real.
Don't trust police generally, but detectives, especially in homicides involving minors, are generally doing good work to the absolute best of their abilities. They aren't traffic cops doing warrantless Terry stops and planting drugs to meet arrest quotas. Have faith. Okay? People are saying...
Yeah, that got me back on the bell. I'm feeling a little better after reading that one. Because, yeah, bro, like, at the end of the day, if they are just trying to keep this as low-key as possible, bro, like, again, the way it's looking like David's handling it by canceling his lease, the 20 bands on the crib and all that type of John, it's seeming like, yeah, he trying to mitigate as much of this as possible. Obviously, he hired this lawyer trying to, what we're assuming, playing PR and all that shit for him. Yeah, bro, if the detectives, you know what I'm saying, Sherlock and Watson in the LAPD on the down low, really getting down, really getting busy, I'm like, oh, never, bro. It's over for that nigga.
Warrantless Terry stops and planting drugs to meet arrest quotas. Have faith. Okay? People are saying David is somehow going to get off like OJ, isn't he? It's sickening. People are saying she's going to slander an innocent child like she slandered Amber Heard. Not that Amber was totally innocent, but she was still abused by Johnny Depp and made Johnny Depp out to be a saint when he was an abusive addict creep. Okay, so I think those theories about the lawyer is actually really interesting. I didn't know about the connections between Blair Burke and Harvey Levin.
Yeah, facts with like, you know, yeah, David's lawyer and then like the CEO of TMZ.
Okay, that's actually a really interesting point, and it makes sense, all right? It makes sense. Look, somebody's doing PR. The guy's got a lot of money. The guy's made millions of dollars. He had a $3 million advance, okay? He might well have made a whole other $1 million since this all happened. The streaming numbers have been crazy. His song's back on the Billboard charts. So it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of money is being spent on PR. But I would say that... I'm just going to look something up real quick.
Yeah, bro. Nah.
Right, not falling for that shit. But, wait a minute. All right, this is one more thing I'm going to add quickly. I just looked her up, okay? And this is Variety's Legal Impact Report 2025. Meet Hollywood's top entertainment attorneys, okay? And Blair Burke and Andrew Brettler do appear on the list. It says Burke and Brettler are the go-to lawyers for celebrities in trouble. Burke handles criminal law, Brettler the civil side, but often they work together. When Shohei Ohtani's interpreter was caught embezzling the Dodgers star's money to bet on sports, Ohtani turned to Burke and Brettler to keep his name clean. Together, they're keeping former Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist Josh Klinghoffer, who's facing criminal charges and a lawsuit in connection with a fatal car accident. Brettler thinks he got the better end of his partnership with Burke. Her bedside manner with clients is second to none, he says. I've never seen such a fantastic attorney also be able to speak with empathy and compassion.
These two really be handling shit. They got like the top fucking tier in terms of like PR, bro, for their legal defense. God damn it. Fuck, bro. Fucking cheese,
Management,
bro.
it's really important to stay cool under pressure, says Brettler, for the sake of the client, obviously, but also for you yourself as a professional, because we do take on a lot of our clients' burdens. Okay, so look, these guys are as good as it gets when it comes to.
That's what I'm saying. These niggas, like, bro, like they like, let's keep it a buck. They are 5-star. Yo, these, like, yo, Hunter shit, bro. Hunter shit. Looking at fucking York New, bro. These are 3-star hunters, bro. Fuck, bro. This is a problem.
Crisis management, all right. Criminal cases, civil cases, they got everything covered. And I don't know. I feel like it is a stretch to say that they're placing stories at TMZ, and that they're controlling the subreddit and they're putting things on the subreddit. But no doubt, these are serious people. Okay, these are the folks that you want when you get found with a body in your trunk.
Nah, I don't believe that they're going through and botting like the subreddit, bro. I genuinely just believe some niggas on Reddit are fucking stupid and really genuinely think that David has no connection to this in no regard and truly think he's innocent, and they're just fucking morons.
Quite literally.
Nice.
Okay, so they're probably doing their utmost to try and protect David. They're probably trying to do their best to try and keep the heat off of him, create a airtight criminal defense. And I do think that it is interesting. There's always going to be people that are going to take your money and take your corner. Right now, in the court of public opinion, David is guilty, but in the court of law, he's not been proven guilty. He's innocent until proven guilty. That is facts.
Yeah, that is true.
That's just a true statement.
No, I'm saying that is true because, again, especially on the factor of, like, was David the one that took the life of Celeste? We do not know. On that factor, is innocent until proven guilty. I'm just working off the base level. The nigga is an EDP. Not even a question. So, yeah, but within, obviously, the investigation and all that stuff going on, that will be conclusive, especially if it goes to, like, trial and things and stuff like that. Then throughout that, it will be concluded.
Statement, he is innocent until proven guilty. He's not been proven guilty, but the court of public opinion definitely does have a certain slant on how it's feeling about the David situation. So we're going to find out more, but no doubt he's going to put up a hell of a defense. Okay, he's got the best lawyers on his side, and, it doesn't matter what TMZ are posting, ex-boyfriend, whatever, all of that stuff. I still don't think that helps David. I don't think that, tarnishing the girl or her family's reputation.
It doesn't help him at all, at least not in my mind. Like, again, there's...
is actually really going to help. You got found with a body in your trunk. That's hard to clean up. So yeah, we're going to get some more updates hopefully soon. But yeah, no doubt his lawyers are working overtime to try and make this a good case for him. So I'll keep you posted. I'll hit you with another update very soon. And thanks to everybody that tuned into the live yesterday. Got more content coming. I will be reacting to some other interesting news. Catch you there.
Well, you already know what it is, baby. Of course. Shout out, show the love with TLR, Trappler Ross. That was D4vd, David. Celeste's ex-boyfriend speaks out. Of course, if you guys would like to watch the OG Le video, I know y'all see my hair getting crazy. And I'm saying OG Le video by TLR Trappler Ross, our hip-hop commentary goat and legend. You know what I'm saying? Down in the description, first link, sure to love, of course, with Trappler Ross. But yeah, final opinions and conjecture. I just think, like, again, like, just thinking back to what, you know what I'm saying, the kid earlier in the video, the Daniel kid, that's supposed to be like the ex-boyfriend of Celeste, just saying that, like, Celeste was taking their relationship serious between, like, two legitimate jits, and just seeing that and how she would view it, especially going off the basis once more that we're presuming that she had a troubled home life, it's just prime opportunity for heads like her, someone like David, especially, again, the fucking alter ego Tommy, all that other bullshittery. It's perfect for him to swoop in and take fucking advantage of her, bruh. Kidnapped her, abduct her because she was missing for a fucking year. It's a lot of bullshit, especially on the side of David. And now, after seeing, his legal team is supposedly not going out and playing PR. I don't think they're going out heftily like in the Reddits and stuff like that, but it's very clear to see that they're about to be doing that in some regard, considering, the lawyers he hired, 3-star hunters, and they're none when it comes to public relations. Boy, is that shit looking like post-mortem. You gotta be kidding me. But again, to all this happening, you already know. Shout out, shout out, love with Trappler Ross. And of course, if any more information comes out about the whole regards of any more information within, like, you know what I'm saying, stuff regarding Celeste and or fucking weird, heinous, abhorrent shit coming out from David or any other mainstream news source, you already know. We'll be there to check it out. But other than that, again, shout out, love with Trappler Ross again. I'm sure we're gonna have to couple more vids. And I'll be catching y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.